Okay, so here's a video of our blinds, and see how on this side, on each side, they're just even, and on this side, they're crooked. And we almost have to straighten them almost every single day. But what I realized, I always dust and vacuum them. Like I come up here and I just go straight down like this, and I vacuum them. But what I realized yesterday, and I knew that these moved. You see how these move like this? I knew they moved, but they have these like little grooves in them. See the little cutout grooves right here? And those have always just been resting right on the strings. See, there's 3 grooves. Well, what I realized yesterday when I was dusting them, usually I dust them with them just on the blinds, but yesterday or the other day I wanted to do a good job, so I took them out to dust them. And what I realized when I took them out, that there is actually, do you see this string right here? The blinds are actually supposed to go between the strings, and this whole time they have just been sitting on top of the strings like this, and those little grooves catch and hold them on the strings like this. So I opened up every blind and put them between the strings. Also, the little grooves, they've always been crooked. Even when they're lined up with the grooves, they've always been crooked. And one of the reasons is because if I line my blind up like this with the grooves, okay, see how that looks even on that end with that blind? But if I flip it over and line it up with the grooves, you see how now, where is it at? Right there. See how now it goes over like an inch, and over here it's short, which makes it, so this one up here, see how this one is like touching? So this one's actually wrong. So the other day when I did 5 of them, I lined them up here, and I did the first 5 only, and that's when I realized that here they're basically touching, but over here there's like a whole inch. That's when I realized that the grooves, depending on if it's like this way or that way, are different. So I redid the first 5 over here, and now you can see instead of touching, they're like a ½ inch away on this side, and then they're like a ½ inch away on this side. And then follow all the way down, and the bottom one, which can't move, boop, there's the bottom one. See how they're lined up? So all this time, I have been setting the blinds on top of these little grooves, and then I have taken them out and flipped them around and lined up the grooves. But like here, like see how just quickly this is what I would do. Quickly I'd be like, oh, it's out, oh, it's out. But okay, see how this one's just sliding? It's because the groove is on the top, not the bottom. So like on this one, I'm like, oh, it won't lock, so I'd flip it over and lock it in the string. See how these little grooves lock in the strings? Oh, this one, that's why it's sliding. So I'd lock it over. But over time, it would just keep doing that. So I finally figured it out. And so right now, if you look, I'm going to back up right quick. If you look, see how my blinds look straight? Just like the ones on the left, they look straight. But that's just momentarily. If you walk by, it knocks them out. If you put them up, if you open them, they just get knocked all out of whack. And all the time I've been straightening them this whole time, when all I really needed to do was put them in between those lines. Because now, open, close, open,